My name is Mariam Abbas. I'm a first-year PhD student in behavioral science at University of Rhode Island. I feel honored and privileged to welcome you all to our outreach event. But before we proceed, I would request our audience to kindly keep themselves muted during the event. And if you have any questions, please drop them in our comment section and we'll definitely address them towards the end of the event. So on this note, I would like to call our chair to welcome our guests for the day. Sachin sir.
Yeah, he's here. Just a minute.
All right.
Is it my turn, Mariam? Sorry.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah. Sorry for that. Sorry for the technical glitch. So, greetings of the day, everyone. My name is Sachin Gupta. I'm a co-designate chair of Sir Syed Global Scholar Award with Sajjad Sheikh. I welcome you all for today's event for Faculty of Arts, Law, Social Science, and Distance Learning. So, thank you everyone for joining today. Uh, I would especially like to welcome Professor Mirza Asmar Beg, who's a professor at the Department of Political Science, Aligarh Muslim University. Thank you, sir, for joining today and very, very welcome. I would also like to welcome Hafizul Islam, who is our SSGSA Scholar of 2016 and 17. Hafizul has done his bachelor's and master's from Aligarh Muslim University, and he's currently studying as a PhD student at University of New Hampshire, United States. So thank you, Hafizul, for joining today. So before we start the event, as a SSGSA co-designate chair, I would like to assure all the attendees that the program will help you from their bottom of the heart, and we will try to provide as much as facilities we can. So thank you for joining today, and welcome everyone. Yeah, over to you, Mariam.
Thank you, Sachin sir. All right. So as Sachin sir said, we hope that you'll have an insightful session today. And let me begin with a little introduction of SSGSA. So Syed Global Award was founded in 2006 by the collective effort of Dr. Shaidan Rabi, Dr. Rehan Bakri, Mr. Syed Ali Rizvi, and Dr. Saif Sheikh. We had our first batch back in 2007. Till date, we are able to run successfully with the help of advisors, our alumni associations, donors, supporters, and volunteers. So what do? We actually provide our scholars with personalized mentorship and also support them with finances required for standardized tests and their application fees. So far, we have around 145 success stories in more than 22 countries. Talking about how competitive and productive SSGSA is, so you can see on the first graph that the number of applicants have increased over the years, and so are awardees. And if you look on the right side of your screen, you'll see that we started in 2008 with 8 scholars, like 8 awardees, and out of them, 5 were successful. And from 2011 onwards, we have more or less same kind of ratio in success stories and applicants. And recently, for our last cycle, we had around 27 scholars, and out of them, 11 scholars have already secured admissions in the foreign universities, and some of them are still applying. So we as SSGSA always aim to have equal, like how, like we, whosoever we are awarding, we expect them to turn their stories into a successful one. So hopefully in future, we expect that we'll have equal number of successful stories in the green bar as we have the number of applicants in the red bar that you are seeing right now. As you can see on this slide that our scholars have left their footprints almost all the major continents, and we hope to have more footprints in different parts of the world. Okay, so talking about the admission requirements in foreign universities, most of the universities expect all of these documents. So first and the foremost is your academic transcript, then the standardized tests. They are like GRE, GMAT if you are from commerce background, then English proficiency tests. The most popular one are TOEFL and IELTS. Then you are expected to write your statement of purpose. It is basically shows your whether you are a fit for their lab and whatever program you're aiming for. So it's all about how motivated you are and what makes you stand out to be an applicant for that particular university you are targeting. Then comes letter of recommendation. Again, it depends upon the university you're applying to. Some expect you to submit 3 letter of recommendation, but some expect 2. But again, it depends on the university. And your curriculum vitae. But there are certain things that like encourage but non-mandatory, like your research experience, work experience, if you've been a part of any extracurricular activities which are relevant to your desired program. So you can mention all of those things in your application. Talking about graduate application timeline, particularly if you're targeting USA. So there are certain universities which require GRE. So you are expected to start your preparation by the month of June. And when it's September, you take your GRE, and by the time it's October, you're expected to take your English proficiency test and simultaneously working on your other dossiers like CV, SOP, LOR, etc. By December, January, you're ready to make submission of your application. And then by March, April, you get to know your results. And then till August, you like work on your visa and other related preparations to arrive here in the United States. Now, how do we work and what happened to you when you get selected for SSGSA? We first pair you up with mentors, 3 mentors who have specialized in your field, who are expert in the subject area you are planning to apply abroad. So they help you with all the queries that you have. They help you set up your timeline and evaluate your progress. Then we also provide financial assistance that cover expenses for standardized tests, for example, GRE, GMAT, TOEFL, IELTS. We also pay full university application fees up to 5 graduate programs. And we also send your transcript, like your standardized score transcript to 5 different universities. We cover all that, but you are expected to avail your financial assistance within the 2 years. Then again, we help you polish your SOP and all other documents that are required for the application. And last but not the least, we help you with networking, which remains there like throughout. It's not just once you get the admission, you are done. We as SSGSA keep supporting you with by connecting you with resources like finding the right internships and job opportunity, which may help you to further develop in your field. So as you all are aware that our application portal was launched on January 14 by our Vice Chancellor, and the deadline for our application cycle this year is February 14. So I encourage you all to please apply. And on this note, I would request Professor Azmar Beg, our guest speaker, to say a few words to our audience.
Mariam, you should start sharing.
Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for having me at this event. I would like to thank the Executive Committee of the Syed Global Scholar Awards, especially Dr. Ali Rizvi Saab and Mariam Abbas and Faraz and Hafizul Islam and others who are behind the organization of this program. As I was just talking to Ali Rizvi Saab, that this is really a very good initiative which has been taken by the alumni of our university. And despite being in Aligarh for a long period and teaching here for around 3 decades, I was not truly aware of about the depth of the program and the outreach which is taking place through this platform. So when I talked to Ali Saab a few days back, or rather a week back, I was pleasantly surprised. So it is something which is very unique, and alumni in other universities also do similar things, but Aligarh is a very unique institution in the sense that we have always seen that our alumni, wherever they go, they always have an emotional connect with the institution. And that emotional connect is so deep that whenever you come across any other Aligarian who comes to your town or wherever you are studying, they're always there, to help the person. And that has always been there. But at the formal level, we never had such platforms like the SSGSA, where students could actually apply for rather scholarships, or they could connect with you, with people like you who have been alumni of a university, and they could help them through their applications and provide the application fees also, and provide them all kind of professionalized mentorship, which is very essential when somebody is trying to go and apply to a foreign university. Because despite all the information you have on the internet, still this personalized mentorship is something which you don't get. In fact, there is an information overkill, and sometimes the students who want to apply to foreign universities are drowned in the information overkill, and they are very confused as to exactly what you need to do. But this is one platform, and for students of the Aligarh Muslim University, whereby they can connect with their alumni, and they would be very willing and happy to provide them all kinds of assistance in their application process. Even financial assistance is there, and then they would provide mentorship all through that application process. And even after you secure admission, that link continues. And as we see, that students who benefited from this program are still associated with this, and this event is also being organized, or rather hosted by alumni of the SSGSA Awards. So that is something very heartening. When we were students at the Aligarh Muslim University, and somebody talked about going to study in a foreign land, especially North America or European countries, that was something, which was very distant. Of course, the geographical distance remains the same, but otherwise also it appeared to be something so very difficult. And there were only few scholarships, which students used to apply for, like being offered by the British Council or the United States Educational Foundation. And some of these scholarships, we were also the beneficiaries of some of these scholarships at that time. But generally students, would not even think of going out and studying in a foreign country. But today, it's very nice when I see students all around, in all disciplines. I think that maybe at around 100 students every year now go out to study in foreign countries, which is something very good. So times are changing. And in this globalized world, things have become very easy also, and you have all kinds of information and all kinds of, facilities whereby you can avail of, and then go and try to go and study abroad. And SSGSA is one of those, outlets through which students of the Aligarh Muslim University can rather realize their dream of studying outside. I would especially urge upon students of the faculties of social sciences, law and arts, that these students need to be rather more upcoming as far as applications in these programs is concerned, because mostly the students who apply and who finally secure admissions in foreign universities are from the faculty of engineering, from the departments of computer science, maybe some natural sciences departments. But usually students from our faculties, that is humanities and social sciences and law, are lagging behind. It's not that students from here don't apply. A lot of our students do apply and secure scholarships outside. Only day before yesterday, a student of mine came to meet me. She's doing a PhD in the University of British Columbia. So there are a lot of other students also, but the numbers are relatively less. So I would urge upon them to take this rather the assistance of such people, who are always there to help you, especially the SSGSA community. And our students should take help from them and rather should apply for these scholarships. This year, the 2023 scholarship cycle has been launched by our Vice Chancellor, and it is open till the 14th of February. So students who are interested should definitely try to apply and take rather this opportunity, with both hands, because such opportunities do not come so easy. So we should all take this opportunity and apply. And once again, I would like to thank the organizers of this program for having me here in this program. And I would be willing to rather do whatever possible, to help our students apply in such rather in for foreign universities, and whatever assistance we can give them sitting here in Aligarh, I would be very much happy to do that. Thank you all once again.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you for your words. Now I would like to invite our guest scholar speaker, Mr. Hafizul Islam, to share his experience.
Thank you, Mariam. Can everyone see me, hear me? Thank you for inviting me in this SSGSA outreach events. I have done my BSc and MSc from Aligarh Muslim University in physics, and I was a 2016 SSGSA alumni, I believe. And after 1 year, I came to University of New Hampshire for PhD in physics. So when I was in masters, every time I thought I will do, I will qualify for JRF or something like that, and I will apply in a good university or institution in India. I never thought about going abroad for PhD. I never dreamed about this, but it's all about like the help SSGSA provide to the students. It's the fundamental force for the Aligarh Muslim University students that going abroad. Basically, I mostly know about my department, physics, and more students are coming. So I have talked to many people in our university. They are coming from different countries, and I don't think there is any such organization like SSGSA. Like I don't think there is anything like this in the world. It's a huge thing. It's been huge. A lot of people has already come to the European institutes and not American institutes. SSGSA provides a lot of help that people like really dream of. Like they want to go abroad, but they do not have proper guidance. They do not have proper instructions, what to do, what not to do. And SSGSA is full of that. A lot of dedicated people are there who are constantly trying to make people understand what really should be done to come to the universities. So I think it's a great opportunity for students who are trying to come. And I have, besides the mentorship, I have received a lot of financial help that is crucial. And I think a lot of students who study in Aligarh Muslim University comes from a middle class families, and who need financial help. Other than this help, it's not possible. So I don't know how many people who are listening who will be applying to SSGSA. I really encourage to do that. It will, if someone has like few months, 6-7 months, and a sincere intention to go abroad, I think they 90-95% can go US. And if they have SSGSA, the road is far more easier. So my experience with SSGSA, it's outstanding. I am contributing as a mentor right now. I have mentored few people already. There are a lot of people joining every year. So I encourage everyone here who is listening to apply SSGSA, absolutely. That is from my side.
Thank you, Hafizul.
Thank you.
To call Ahmed Faraz Badr, who is our application team member, to walk you through the application process. Basically.
Okay, so is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Yes, we can see that.
All right. Okay. So hello and assalamu alaikum to everyone present here today. Professor Beg, all SSGSA senior members and everyone. My name is Ahmed Faraz and I am an SSGSA scholar from 2019. Currently, I'm doing a master's degree from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. And today I will be going over the application process for SSGSA. So the application consists of 4 stages. And the first stage is the online application that you will complete on the SSGSA website. You'll be asked a few personal questions and some details about your academic record and other achievements. So you'll need the necessary documents ready with you. Once you apply online, which is the first stage, we have until the 14th of February, which is the deadline for the application. We will collect all the applications and they will undergo an application review. So we do have a panel of experts and other senior members who independently review the applications. We don't concentrate on one single thing. It's a holistic application review process. And from that, the top 5 to 10% are invited for an interview stage. So in this interview stage, we have panelists from many universities from the US. So we have professors from US universities, we have senior SSGSA scholars and executive team members. And this interview goes a bit beyond the application, where we also look at how motivated you are to pursue graduate school abroad and how good of a fit you would be for graduate studies abroad. So based on this interview, we go through a final selection of around 25 SSGS scholars that are awarded every year. And we are looking to increase scholars every year. So I highly encourage everyone to apply. So before applying, there's also the eligibility criteria, which you should all be familiar with. So the eligibility criteria is quite simply 3 steps. You either need to be either enrolled in or have completed a degree from AMU. So it could be any degree. It could be a high school or senior secondary or diploma, bachelor's, master's, any degree. And the other requirement is that you should be currently registered in the final or penultimate year of a 4-year bachelor's degree program. Now, or you could have either have completed that bachelor's program. There are some programs in AMU which are 3 years bachelor's programs. So for those cases, we require that you, after having completed that 3 years bachelor's program, have also enrolled in the first year of a master's program. And this is basically because universities abroad usually require that you have 4 years of undergraduate education before you apply to graduate school. And the final requirement, well, it's not really a requirement, but it is still very important, is that you should be planning to apply for master's or a PhD degree abroad in the next 2 years, because this award is only valid for 2 years. So it's very important that you have plans to apply for graduate school in the next year or in the year after that. So we do have a few examples of eligible students. So if you are currently in a 4-year undergraduate program, then you would either need to be in your 3rd year or in your 4th year, or would have just completed that program. So if you were enrolled in a 5-year undergraduate program, so something like BARC, then you would need to be in the 4th or 5th year. So any one of the last 2 years, because this SSGS award is only valid for 2 years. And if you are a part of a 3 years bachelor's program, then we would also require that you, after completing that program, enroll yourself in a master's program. Now, this is the entire overview of the SSGSA application process. So we'll go through it step by step so that you'll have a good idea on how to apply for SSGSA. So the first thing you'll have to do is you'll have to create an account using your email and contact number on our SSGSA website. All communication is through the email, so just use an email which you check often. So we have step 1, which is your personal information. So just general information about yourself. And then step 2 is information about your academic record. So you would need some copies of your transcript or some other details, which we would require. and information about all the degrees you have completed. So if you are currently in a master's program, we would need information about your bachelor's and master's. And step 3 is about your research experience. So in this, you would describe any research experiences that you have had. Could be a research project or an internship or anything of that sort. And then we move on to step 4, which is work experience. So it is possible that a lot of you might be working or have had some work experience. So you can describe that in this section. And then we have step 5, which is about poster presentations or workshops or any other sort of academic or work-related experiences that you think are relevant to your application. And remember that these steps 3, 4, and 5 about research experience or work experience and all these things, it's not necessary for you to have all of them, but it is highly encouraged that you have any sort of experience relating to research or work or anything like that. You should describe it and you should make it a part of your application, because that really helps us in identifying you as a candidate, but also as something which universities abroad also look at. So it's not entirely about your academic achievements, but a holistic review of everything. In steps 6 and 7, you would be asked to describe your curricular achievements and your extracurricular achievements. So curricular achievements are all academic achievements, so everything in the classroom, and extracurricular achievements are all those other achievements that make that shape you as an individual, as a candidate, and you can describe them in that step. And finally, well, not finally, but there's the last section where we have essay questions. So there are 5 essays. You can take a look at them while you are filling your application. And these essays need to be answered in about 200 words. So it's not a lot, but these essays do give a good idea about you as a candidate to our panelists. And these essays are also a good estimate of how well of an applicant you are. So you can take a look at these essays. You don't have to fill out all of these essays all at once. You can come back to your application and do them at your own pace, just within the deadline. And in step 9, you fill out any other information that might have not have been covered in any of the other sections. And then finally, you can submit your application in step 10. So this was the application process of how you can apply for SSGSA. We do have a detailed walkthrough on our YouTube channel as well. So there might be a link for that in the chat. And you can always refer to that if you have any questions or ask us directly. And the best part about this application is that it is completely free. So I highly encourage you all to apply for SSGSA this year. And you can always find us on social media. So we are available on all of these handles online. You can take a look at them. We'll also have links in the chat. And if you have any questions or any concerns that you want to ask about the application or SSGSA in general, you can always fill out the contact form on our website, or you can directly contact our chair, or you can write us an email. We have all the information present here, and we'll also have it in the chat again. And with that, we'll also have a few upcoming events. So if you know someone who might be interested in SSGSA or applying for SSGSA, we have a few upcoming events for the Faculty of Commerce and Management, for Faculty of Science and Life Sciences, Agriculture Sciences, and so on. So we look forward to meeting a lot more scholars in those events. So with that, thank you for joining us, and please feel free to ask any questions that you might have about the application, how you can apply, about SSGSA in general, and we're all here. We'll be very happy to answer them. So thank you very much.
Hussain, who is our outreach team lead, to deliver a word of thanks.
Thanks, Mariam. Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, depending on the time zone you are in. It gives me immense pleasure to extend my sincere thanks to our honorable guest speaker, Professor Mirza Asper Beg Sahab, for his kind presence and sharing his inspiring and insightful thought with us. Secondly, on behalf of the SSGSA team, I would like to thank the aspiring and interested students for the SSGSA application phase 2023 and 2024 for attending this event. Our hosts, Mariam and Faraz, and the moderator Azhar has executed this event beautifully. A massive thanks to them. I would also like to thank our past scholar Hafizul Islam Bhai for sharing his unique journey and motivating the applicants and ourselves. This event won't be complete and successful without thanking the new SSGSA chairs, Sachin Gupta Bhai and Sajad Sheikh Bhai, and our executive team members for their constant support and encouragement. A special and notable thanks to Burhani Tahir Saifuddin for managing the online logistics behind the scene. The list of thanking the people is inexhaustible, and I would like to thank everyone who is working towards the successful application phase this year. Thank you all for being awesome. Long live the SSGSA. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you everyone. Now we can end the event. Thank you.